All right, as we're heading into the afternoon, you might ask yourself, where did the sun go? Cloudy conditions now, just like we were expecting. Should be cloudy the rest of the day. Also a snow chance. Looks like it's going to arrive maybe at around 5 or 6 o'clock, but the heaviest of the snow not expected in Allegheny or Westmoreland County until about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. It'll continue to go from there. 31 now in Pittsburgh, 30 degrees in Butler, containing 28, 32 in Denora, Washington at 30 degrees, and Wheeling at 30 degrees. Our temperatures of where we thought they'd be at this time. That's important because that means that our chances for really an accumulating snow are actually ticking up as we're heading into the overnight hours. We'll watch that, and in fact the latest model numbers have all shown that. We're going to take away those model numbers. We're just going to talk about and show you what's going on when it comes to what we expect to see here. I do think the Pittsburgh area will likely see right at around an inch or so of snow. 2 to 4 inches, though, will be possible in places like I-80 corridor just north of there. Elevated areas also will see generally 2 to 5 inches of snow is what it looks like, including the Laurel Highlands. In fact, some areas in the Laurel Highlands in very isolated situations could actually see upwards of 8 to 9 inches of snow as we're heading into the overnight hours. That will not be widespread, but it is possibility on some of those westward facing slopes. So here's what we're looking at. You can see that there are now winter weather advisories, including the Laurel Highlands, the ridges as well, north and along I-80. That's where we expect the larger of the snow totals. But once again, even in places like Pittsburgh, could see your snow totals upwards of about an inch or so. So we'll watch closely for that. We already are starting to see some light snow developing off to the west. We'll zoom out and just kind of show you this big massive system. Big upper low is still located just off to our north, starting to sink right over Lake Erie at this point. And you can see the snow that is wrapped up in that system. That is what we're expecting to dive down and to bring most of that accumulating snow to places along and north of I-80. Also, you see these snow showers coming in from the west. Well, they're not much now in places like Washington County, but as they hit those elevated areas, that's where we'll start to see just kind of wringing out the moisture, and we'll start to see some big snow totals from that as well. So here's what model data continues to show. There's that snow. Remember that we just showed you kind of wrapped in the upper low coming in as we're heading into the late afternoon and the evening hours. Notice temperatures right around 30 degrees at this point. So that does mean that we could potentially see some decent accumulation. After the first wave of snow gets in, that's where we start to really see I-80 and in elevated areas continuing to see in the overnight hours some pretty good amounts of snow. Notice the Pittsburgh area, though, that first initial push, and then we're not seeing much as we're heading into the overnight hours. Cloudy tomorrow. A couple of lake effect snow showers will be possible as well. We'll certainly watch closely for that. It does look like now that the weekend is going to be dry, both at least Saturday and Sunday. There you go right there. Don't forget also, we do look at this week being the start of daylight saving time again. And that means that we get to spring ahead 1 hour starting at, or I guess I should say it gets here at 2 o'clock on Sunday morning. Yep.
I'm looking forward to more light in the afternoon. That's always good.
Yeah, but you lose an hour of sleep.
You lose it in the morning. I was just about to say 6:44 this morning for sunrise. That'll be 7:44 next week. So just getting used to it. It'll be a little earlier.
All right,
Ron.
Thanks.
All right.